So I have some trades
Mhm.
some previous trades in the NFL, and I
Mhm.
want to ask you if these trades were for a quarterback, or for another position.
Okay.
Bradley McDougall, a 2021 first, a 2022 second, and a 2021 third round pick for a quarterback or a non-quarterback.
That was for a non-quarterback, right?
Okay, that's
That
the
was
first one you
for
got
Adams,
correct.
right? That was
That's
for
for
Adams.
Adams. Okay.
Okay.
A
Okay.
2020 first, a 2021 first, and a 2021 fourth.
Ooh. That's for a non-quarterback.
You got that
That's for
one correct.
Ramsey?
Again, for
Is that Ramsey?
Ramsey. For
Okay. Okay.
Ramsey.
Okay. Okay.
Now
All
moving
right.
on to another one that I have is, of course, the Jared Goff trade, where they gave up Goff a 2022, I think, a 2022 first, and a
Mhm.
2023 first, and a 2021 third, and Jared
Mhm.
Goff for Matthew Stafford.
Mhm.
And they got a third in return. So is it, I have to ask you a question now, going to my main point.
Yes.
Did the Niners give up too much for Trey Lance? They swapped
Yes.
a first round pick. They gave up two firsts and a third. Did they give up too much for Trey Lance, who's a quarterback?
Well, right. And that was what Kyle was saying in his press conference. Like, first of all, we didn't give up 3 first-round picks. We swapped one, and then we gave up 2 and a third. Like, if they had made this in the offseason another time, they wouldn't have had to swap those picks. You just give up the future picks, and then that's it. But it's the difference to me is that the Rams and the Seahawks traded those picks for non-quarterbacks, true, but players who had been all pro, players who had proven that they're the best at their position in the NFL. Plus, they were like 23, 24. So it's like you're getting known commodities, even though they're not quarterbacks. The Niners are trading for someone who has more potential at a better position, but he hasn't proven anything, not even at the 1A level of college football. So it's just more of a risk.
That is a good point. But in my opinion,
Yeah.
I still feel like the Niners. I honestly think that if they made the trade on draft day, they could have traded up to like the sixth or even the seventh instead of the third. They would have to give up much less. But I still feel like the Niners didn't give up for in too much for Trey Lance, because I understand that Jalen Ramsey and Jamal Adams are very good players, are all pro, but they don't
Mm.
touch the ball that much. They're just, if
It's
you
true.
take out, like, if you don't have a good safety or a good cornerback, one good safety or one good a cornerback on your team, that doesn't
Yeah.
mean that if you have a like Patrick Mahomes caliber player, or like a really good quarterback and an overall good team, if you just don't have one good corner and one good safety, that doesn't mean that you're going to be a bad team or you're not going to win games and make the playoffs or even win the Super Bowl.
That's true.
If you don't have a good quarterback, which Niner fans know very well that our roster is really good, but the only thing that stops us every year is our quarterback and our injuries.
That's true.
So if we had our quarterback, when we had our Jimmy Garoppolo, we made it to the Super Bowl. So we don't
Mm-hmm.
have our starting quarterback, and our corners aren't that good. Besides Richard Sherman, our corners aren't really not anything Pro Bowl caliber. Besides Verrett, but
Mm-hmm.
he gets injured a lot. Besides
Yeah.
Verrett, we don't really have any great cornerbacks, or even Jaskowski Tart. When Jaskowski Tart goes down, I understand we have Jimmy Ward, but who fills
Mm-hmm.
that other side besides Jimmy Ward? Mosley,
Mm-hmm.
okay.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So even if you don't have a good cornerback or safety, that still doesn't mean that you won't be a playoff team or a Super Bowl team. That's my only other counter argument to that.
No, it's true. That is true. Look, if Trey Lance is a excellent starting quarterback, they gave up not that much for him. I mean, think about it this way: Deshaun Watson was much more expensive. Aaron Rodgers would be much more expensive. You got a discount theoretically because it's a quarterback who hasn't played in the NFL. He's a rookie. But if he ends up being what the Niners hope he can be, then they didn't give up too much for him at all. They gave up what other teams paid, as Kyle and you were pointing out, the same amount they paid for safeties and corners.
Safeties and corners, yeah.
Yeah. And again, they get this because he hasn't proven a thing in the NFL. If it were Deshaun Watson, you wouldn't be able to get him for 2 firsts and a third. So I can see it from that perspective. Good point. I mean, great to see, man.
I'm gonna see, man.
I got your email today too. I'm gonna check it out.
I'm starting my YouTube channel. I'm doing a stream at 1:30.
Nice. I got your thing from that you sent me yesterday.
Yeah, but yesterday I deleted that one, so I'm doing one today because I was
okay. All right, man. I'll check it out. Good. Everyone subscribe to Amin's YouTube channel because it's gonna have like 100,000 subscribers by the time he's 22. Watch. What is it? Let everyone know. Where do they find it? Amin the Dream.
It's just my name. I'll put in the link in the comments.
All right, man. Great to see you.